Hello everyone, my name is Aline. Welcome to Home by 4, the only channel that's dedicated to helping K-12 educators use AI to eliminate that burnout that we feel, get their time back, and leave school by 4 o'clock or earlier every single day. So if you're a classroom teacher, principal, or academic coordinator, a district leader, or any educator who's heard of AI but don't know where to start, this channel is for you. I'll pause for just a moment to give you an opportunity to subscribe if this appeals to you, and also hit that like button. I'll give you a couple seconds. All right, thank you. Please, in the chat, I want you to tell me where you're from and what school you teach at or what school district. All right, let's get started. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to write the most amazing emails that are going to welcome your students and your parents to school, to the new school year, and to your classroom. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to use two tools today. I'm going to use Chat GPT, and I'm also going to use Claude. So what I want you to do, if you have access to either of those, or if you're at school and you use Microsoft Copilot, this will work fine as well. I'm going to give you access to the prompts that I use today in the show notes below, and I'm also going to give you links to the presentations that I'm showing today. All right, so this is the presentation that I'm embedding into my email. And if you stay to the end, I'll show you an extra bonus of what you can share with your students when they arrive in the classroom. All right, so let's get started. All right, so this is the welcome email that I sent to my parents. And this is the subject, of course, welcome to a new school year in Algebra 2, Geometry and Financial Algebra, yada, yada, yada. It thanked them for attending the open house, and if they were not available to attend the open house, the link was provided. Also, the virtual tour to our classroom, which is an extra bonus. I'll show you that, but I'll show you how to make those in a future video. I'm not going to get into those, the open house presentation or the virtual tour, how to create those in this video. That'll be in future videos. All right, so here is the email. Again, I will share this Google Drive link with you so that you can see exactly what the prompts are. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. So this is the prompt for the specific email that was just generated, that you just saw. All right, so let me copy this prompt. And I'm going to start with Claude first. Paste it in there. And notice that I have it on Sonnet Medium. You don't really have to use the most powerful. Sonnet 5 is good for everyday tasks, so you don't eat up all your charges or your tokens. And then I'm going to go to Chat GPT, and I'm going to paste the same prompt. While that's cooking, all right, so you see Chat GPT generated this email, and you just copy and paste it and send it to your parents. However, let's look at this. This is Claude. Claude generated the email, and it's a little warmer. I think the email with Claude is a little warmer. And also you can tell that it says you want me to also draft a shorter version, and you can say yes or no. All right, so now let's go to Google Doc. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. All right, and let's say this is So I copied and pasted the email. So this is the specific email in the Google Doc. Fine. Now, before you send it out, make sure that you understand that this is the subject line and you're going to delete that and place it where it needs to be in your email. All right. I know you already know that, but just sharing. All right. Now, this is my open house presentation, and I'll show you exactly what it does.
Welcome to our open house. I'm Ms. Wall, and I have the joy of teaching financial algebra, algebra 2, and geometry.
And let me say, I created this with AI as well, and there were a couple tools that I used, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. I'll show you how to make this in another video. When you have students who are coming in who are new, or you have parents who are coming into the school who are new, because I worked for a military connected school, we had students coming in and out all the time. So instead of giving them a different orientation, this is a great way to orient your students, orientate your students to your class without missing any information. I know your syllabus provides them with information, but this is a great way to introduce your students to your class and the content that you teach. So this is the video that I shared with them, and again, you can change the speed.
To guide them through the fascinating world of mathematics this year. My teaching philosophy is student-centered, focusing on adapting instruction to each child's unique learning.
Okay, so
I emphasize problem solving, encouraging critical thinking.
You can give your philosophy, and this is better than parents scrolling through a PowerPoint. It's only 4 minutes, and for our open house, I think we had maybe 15 minutes with the parents. So I played this instead of having to talk, and then after playing this, I shared a resource with them. They could scan the QR code and they can get access to the virtual tour of our classroom. So that was very helpful as well. Let's go back. Now, with the virtual tour of the classroom, the way that this is so helpful is because it allows parents and students to feel like they're experiencing the classroom with their student. And also think about this as a way of introducing your families to your classroom before they arrive, which is something that we were very familiar with with military connected students. All right, so with this, parents get an opportunity to explore the classroom, but in my class, they also had access to a concierge who was there to answer any questions in my absence that they may have about the classroom. So they could chat with her, have conversations with her in order to get their questions answered that they, may have in my absence. So 24/7 she's available. Okay, so she wants to talk. Okay, you can go ahead and speak.
Welcome to Ms. Wall's classroom. I'm your virtual guide. This space is used for geometry, algebra 2, and financial algebra. You're welcome to explore the room. If you're subbing for this class today, I can switch to sub support mode. Just let me know.
Okay, so she's there embedded, and then you have a way of checking, your parents can check out the classroom. They can see exactly what's available for the students in the classroom. And it's a really neat way of introducing them. Okay, so let's go back to our emails. So I would copy and I would paste this into my email. then apply that. And then I would also go to the open house orientation, and I would paste that as well. Okay, so they have access to the open house link, and they also have access to the virtual classroom tour. So this makes your parents feel very welcome, very included. And I also got feedback from my students that they thought this was pretty cool as well. Now, this particular prompt was specific for my class and my content that I taught. What you want to do is scroll down on the Google Doc that I'm going to share with you, and there is a welcome email prompt template. And I promise you, this will save you so much time because we used Aspen. And what I would do is I could send a mass email. So after I completed this email, all I had to do was copy and paste it into Aspen and send it out to every class that I taught because I shared information about every class that I taught. All right, so this was last year. Anyway, here is the welcome template that you can use. Fix it, doctor it up as much as you want, and then copy and paste this prompt into either Claude or ChatGPT, or you can paste it into Copilot in order to create the emails that you want to send out to your families. All right. Now, let me share something else with you. This is the bonus that I talked to you about. So, what I did in my classroom also is I created a Gemini Storybook. Now, I also used an AI prompt to create this as well. And I will explore this later on in a different video. But I wanted to share this with you because I think that it's a really cool way to introduce your students to your classroom in an engaging way. And with this, you can also share this link with your parents as well. So you can go in, copy and paste this link and share it with your parents. And the cool thing is the students can either read the book, or you can, if you're in elementary school and you want the story read to them, then you can have it read to them with the listen mode. All right, give me just a second. If it wants to work. Well, that's how technology is. But it will read. You just have to, excuse me, you just have to click on listen and it'll read to them. Now, another cool way to do this is to record the story while it's being read instead of having the students have to click through it. And the students can actually watch the story being read to them. So that might work well with the littles. But that's something that I wanted to share with you. So this just gives your students some insight into your classroom and who you are, what your classroom is all about, and what they can expect in your classroom. So it's a really cool way to welcome your kids to the classroom. So hopefully this was helpful. Please leave your comments below. I welcome any feedback, and also let me know what you want to, what do you want me to do in order to make your life easier in terms of shortening your day. Again, I'm Miss Wall. I'm Align, and thank you so much for joining. Have a great day.